It's Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we're taking a look at a pretty affordable gaming monitor for those of you looking to maybe splash out a little bit for perhaps yourself or for an additional monitor, or maybe you've got some kids or younger children who are looking at getting into PC gaming. You don't want to spend an absolute fortune on a monitor for gaming purposes, but you don't want to cheap out either and get something which is pretty horrible. So this is where this one comes in. So this is the MSI G255 PF E2 model. This is a 24.5 inch monitor, which actually, for those of you who don't know, this is the kind of tournament grade monitor. So if you are potentially looking to get into esports, this is what you want to get used to. 24.5 inches is the kind of almost de facto standard for tournament gaming. Now this monitor packs in some incredible features such as a Rapid IPS display featuring 180Hz refresh rate, which is pretty awesome. There's also a 1 millisecond grey to grey response time, which is debatable. You've also got built-in FreeSync support as well, so if your graphics card can't quite reach those heady heights of 180Hz, don't worry, FreeSync's got you covered, and it will kind of limit or reduce the tearing and that kind of jarring effect you'll get when you're doing those wide quick pans or whatever it is you're doing in your game. It will basically remove a lot of those jaggies. So along with being a excellent gaming monitor, it also has some pretty decent colour reproduction with a really nice wide colour gamut. And also in terms of compatibility, looking at 82% of the Adobe RGB spectrum, DCI-P3 of 78%, and an sRGB of 99%. So if you're looking at maybe doing a bit of gaming and also doing some practical work as well, or just want to watch YouTube and videos and see them in all their colourful glory, this IPS screen is well worth a look. Talking of actually watching content, or creating content for that matter, this has actually got some really good speakers built in, which I know is a rare thing. We don't often say that when it comes to budget monitors, especially ones which are relatively high spec. This has got some really nicely amplified 2-watt speakers in there, which actually sound pretty decent. So let's let you listen to that now and you can hear what it sounds like. And whilst it's in normal use, it will display the CPU temperature, or at least the package temperature, so you can keep an eye on that at a quick visual should you want to, or should you be able to see inside of your PC from wherever you put it. Moving down, we've got some fan headers there, PWM headers. As always with MSI motherboards, you can control that really nice. And if the sound quality isn't quite to your liking, don't worry. On the back, in terms of connectivity, we have got 2 HDMI ports, so maybe one for your console, one for your PC, and also there is a display port. Now the display port connectivity is DisplayPort 1.2a, and the HDMIs are 2.0b, both of which will fully support 180Hz in Windows or whatever device you're trying to use it with. When it comes to things like brightness and contrast ratios, when you're actually watching content, you wouldn't actually notice that this actually has a much lower rating on paper than what it actually appears to be. So this is rated at 300 nits, which actually is pretty dim, to be honest with you, but in my opinion, I think it actually looks great, and hopefully from the visual representations that I've recorded earlier, you'll agree also. There is a contrast ratio of 1000 to 1, which is pretty common for IPS monitors, but with the technology built into most these days, you have got the option for DCR boost, which will take it up to something along the 10 million to 1 ratio. So there you go, that's most of the specs out of the way. Let's take a actually closer look at this and see what it's all about. So as you can see from the screen itself, really nice matte finish on there. So when it comes to reflections and things like that, there's basically none at all. We've got a really bright studio light just off to the side of us here. And yeah, you couldn't tell it was there at all. So in terms of reflections, very good indeed. You've got a right up to the edge display there with a little bit of a chin on the bottom, but that's absolutely fine. Something else which I think they've done, which whether it's intentional or not, but is really handy for gamers, is the distracting LEDs. So actually when the unit is on, the LED is actually down firing. So the LED is actually on the bottom there, just about visible if you kind of tilt it up. So that's really good. It's not distracting at all. And also something which is really nice to see is the fact we don't have any of those stupid buttons at the bottom to actually control the menu. Controlling the menu is done with a jog button, which is actually on the back. Press it in and you gain access to the menu and go through all the various settings. You're probably seeing some of this from what I filmed a little bit earlier. The on-screen menu is really nice to navigate with that joystick button, and you've got options for gaming, professional work, imaging, input source, and also the Navi key, which you can customize. So the Navi key can be used for turning up volume, or you can preset it to do various things such as switching inputs and all that kind of usual stuff. Overall, very nice, and I like the way they've integrated this into a very modest price panel. When it comes to actually putting it all together, very straightforward, very simple, and actually surprisingly, considering this is a budget monitor, the construction quality is absolutely excellent. The base itself, although plastic covered, the majority of it is metal, and there's a metal insert which goes into the stand. The stand itself is something of a miraculous thing, again, at this price point. Normally you're lucky if you get a little bit of tilt and possibly some swivel if you're lucky, but this actually has all the bases covered. So you do have the swivel, so you can go from left to right very easily. You've also got tilt. You've also got height adjustment as well, which is really nice, and there's 130mm of height adjustment on there. And also, if you want to, there's the option to put it into portrait mode. So if you want to use this as a relatively inexpensive monitor to put alongside your primary monitor and use this maybe as a Discord display or for Twitch streaming, that kind of stuff, this is going to fit that bill very easily. And again, because it's so well built, and also because you've got a rather large footprint of the base, it's not going to topple over when you get a little bit heated in your gaming. So on paper and from the specifications and all the connectivity we've got here, it looks like it's an absolute winner, but does it actually perform well? So let's take a look at some testing I did earlier with my open source response time testing tool. And actually I've got to say there seems to be a slight problem with my PC. I seem to get the occasional lag or stutter with my graphics card at the moment, or maybe something else going on, I'm not too sure. Just on a Windows update, which is the worst possible time I could do it. So it does seem that the response times are slightly off, but I'll show you the results I got anyway. You're looking realistically at somewhere around about 5 milliseconds is the response time of this, which I think is absolutely fine. Again, this is a relatively inexpensive monitor, and you can pick it up at places in the UK on offer for somewhere region of about 120 to 130 pounds. Its normal retail price is a little bit more than that, around about 150. I think you actually get quite a lot for your money. And in terms of when you're using it realistically in gaming, we've got some recordings we did a little bit earlier here. Rocket League plays absolutely fine, and again, it's 180 Hz, 1080p, high refresh rate gaming. Absolutely brilliant on this panel, and it does feel silky smooth despite what the response time tester actually says. It says it's not quite as smooth as it looks, but actually my perceived reality of this is that it's very slick indeed. So let's wrap things up. What do I think of this overall? Actually, I think it's a really great panel. It ticks all the boxes for me personally, doing a lot of gaming and also doing content creation, watching YouTube videos. Having the really high quality built-in speakers is an absolute bonus. Of course, if you want to, you can plug in a headset if you want to. There is a jack on the back to plug in a headset should you wish to, or plug it into your PC as most people tend to do. In terms of the options, or the tilt, the swivel and all that kind of stuff, really nice expensive seeming stand actually on this monitor considering the price point. Overall, it's very hard to fault this, other than the fact that at the moment on the market, there's an absolute ton of competition, especially at around about the 24-inch mark for monitors. 180 Hz seems to be that kind of key selling point, which a lot of brands are going for now, just a little bit of a step up from the 165 Hz, although in reality, are you even going to notice that? You probably won't, to be honest with you. But if you want a monitor which is high quality, built like a tank, and has got a lot of features and some really nice speakers built in, I think this one's hard to pass up. If you're looking at buying one, I suggest you check out the links in the video description below and see if you can find one nearby, nice and cheap for you. So there you go, there are my thoughts and findings on the MSI G255 PF E2. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, smash that like button. If you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, maybe consider hitting subscribe and the chime notification. That way you'll be notified of all our future video releases. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.